And welcome back one and all, welcome back to another complete run. My name is TrevimusPrime and today we are playing Dead Angle, a game that was released in 1988 for the arcade and a year later was ported over to the Sega Master System. Okay then, let's look at the back of the box. The mob has swiped your girl. You're the meanest private eye ever to hit the Big Apple, and you're going to get her back. But the mob is waiting with Tommy guns and other nasty surprises. Can you save her from the big sleep? Right then, let's get this show on the road. Napoli, the Enrique family. Okay then, so this is Dead Angle. It's a railgun shooter with a bit of a twist. You can actually move your character around, you're not locked into one stationary position. Okay, other things to bear in note, the controls are quite simple. A, ducks, B, shoots, and when your character turns red, that's when you can be shot, in which case that's when you generally hit the duck button. Now you also may be looking at this and going, hang on, the frame rate on this is abysmal. No, it's not actually. This is running at full power, and you'll notice the reticule is actually moving around at full speed as well. I guess what they did is when they ported this over from the arcade, they slowed the sprites down, at least that's what I'm guessing. I haven't yet had a chance to check the arcade version out, and I've already fucking died. Could have thought a few deaths. Luckily it starts you back from where you were. The main objective of each level is to take down all the gangsters and then face a boss. We've got a time limit, and we can generally only take about 3 shots, and then we're dead. There are also different types of enemies. You'll notice the grey ones have a particular type of attack where they roll around, and the yellow ones generally run from left to right. That won't really change. The grey ones will always do that. The only difference with the yellow ones is they will change colour. Apart from that, I think they basically have the same attack pattern. Now you can also get power-ups, you can pick up health packs, and you can also pick up a Tommy gun. Now, Tommy guns have limited ammo. I think it's only about 200 to 300 bullets, something like that. Okay, I think I've only got 2 hits. And you actually notice on the character model in the middle, there is actually a bullet hole. Okay, boss time. This guy, not surprisingly, is the easiest of the bunch. Although, he can still quite happily kill you if you're not careful. Whenever he lines himself up with you and you turn red, just duck. You can't actually duck forever though, there is a bit of a time limit on it and you will eventually pop up. There we go, first level done. New York! At the port, the Salvador family. We've got 55 of these buggers to kill. So yeah, I think the game is pretty much self-explanatory. These initial first stages will only be moving left to right. The up and down mechanic's quite weird, because if I wanted to right now, I'm not going to because it'll get me killed, I can actually drift up into the air. Again, is he going up and down a stepladder? And yeah, it's a bit confusing. I mean, if it didn't actually have this character silhouette, it would make a lot more sense, because obviously you're looking up and down. But because it's got the character silhouette, the torso goes up. Very, very odd. This actual game as well actually has a good average ranking. I think it's about 80%. So, and for all its simplisticness, it's actually a very fun game. And I vaguely remember it's one of the first games I ever played for the Master System. That's an Alex Kidd, I believe. Oh, you bugger. Right next to a health pack. Again, I can afford to lose some of these lives, so it's not so bad. Okay, 32. Where are you? There you are. Little ball aching thing. They do have a habit of randomly spawning. Again, from the looks of it, and again, don't take what I'm saying as gospel, they've compressed as much as they could of the arcade version into this as possible. Now, actually looking at this, the sprites and all the artwork is actually quite impressive. I know it's not, oh my good god, you know, but for 1988, we're not doing too bad. So what they've done, instead of having, sometimes the characters do just spawn right in front of you, like there. It is quite cheap, but if you learn to expect it, you'll keep your hand, your thumb quite near to that duck button. And that's another thing, actually. You never seem to start with full health. That, there always seems to be a bit redded out, and even if you pick up a health pack, you'll never fill it. I'm actually not entirely sure what the point of the health bar is, really, especially as you can only take the 3 hits. Sort of an indicator in the top left with hearts or something probably would have been easier. And let's discuss the fact that your character is an absolute badass. Considering how many mobsters he's taken on single-handed. Oh, Tommy gun. Ugh. There's actually a tiniest bit of recoil on the firing. It's even worse with the Tommy gun. That's why sometimes you're just firing blindly. Something else that's quite weird then. This game does not offer light gun support. That is odd. Especially, I think the light gun was actually available at this time as well. Oh, second boss. They do actually get harder as we go, but this one just fires pistols and runs left and right. The next one, I think, throws knives. That's an interesting one. Okay, there we go. Another one down. New York! At the hotel. The Razio family? I'm probably butchering that. This is my least favourite level, because it is actually just quite boring. The actual battle arenas for these things are quite small anyway, and there's not a lot going on. I wonder if they laugh at the ones in the red suits. How ostentatious for the time. Lovely simplistic artwork there, obviously inspired by Tetris. I think the actual nice thing about this is it is quite easy to sort of get these down quite quick. I mean, I'm already on 40. So overall, not a difficult game by any stretch of the imagination. You just need patience. I think the actual the speed of everything that's going on around you does throw you off a bit. Especially, as I say, your reticle's normal speed, so it does feel like it's lagging really badly. But, yeah, I can live with it. Ooh, yes, I got the Tommy gun. Okay, another slight annoyance. You can probably, or you may not be able to hear, gunfire. So even if they're not on screen, they will fire at you. Now, of course, they're not going to hit you, but it is a slight weird thing that they're just firing at you and not, well, missing every time. But at least that gives you, I guess it does give you an indication of where the enemies are, depending left or right. Oh dear God, die man! There we go. Tetris painting. Okay, these are the sort of moments that actually piss me off. It's when they all spawn in front of you. Now, because your duck only sort of lasts for a certain amount of time, you'll quickly find that you have to quickly jump out of duck, fire, and jump back in. That's not a massive deal, but it's just a little sort of the game being cheap. Okay, what are we down to? Ooh, here we go. 6. The boss of this one, as I say, I'm pretty sure it's the knife thrower. I don't think it's not the guy with the. Oh God! Hey, there's a guy with grenades, which is a real pain in the arse. I think as well, from what I've read, the arcade version, you could actually use grenades. So there's a couple of things that have been cut. I think there were more levels in the arcade version as well. Okay, which dude is it? Oh God, yeah, it is the knife thrower. Knife thrower is not too bad. You just got to time your ducking correctly, which I did not at all just there. Although I was ducked, so I'm not entirely sure why that hit me. Maybe I came out of it at the wrong time. There we go, he's down. I like the fact he keeps reminding you, don't stand in front of the enemy. Chicago, the Vincent family. Okay, now we've got 65 to kill. 2 more levels after this. Now this is the first one where we have to do 2 stories. The gangsters will quite happily jump down from a second story thing, which is quite ballsy of them, to be honest. But while we're actually up high, the enemies lower down can't hurt us. Now I actually might say, yeah, the game might be lagging just a little bit with 4 or 5 sprites on the screen. And it doesn't really like scrolling. game really hasn't been that well optimised in the grander scheme of things. Well, the port hasn't, anyway. Okay, anyway, let's talk about this time limit malarko as well, just sort of briefly. The time limit malarko is obviously to sort of add that extra bit of challenge, but it doesn't really affect gameplay at all, considering you can blast through most of these levels way before the time limit's actually even down. I think there's only one level where I played this earlier that came close, and that's just because I was prattling around, ducking at things, not actually shooting them. Okay, here's the whole gunfire thing again. I can hear it, so I know they're somewhere. And they are up here. Oh god, that is some lag. But I've actually checked other gameplay footage of this online as well, and it's all like this, so God knows. Although I did a playthrough of Robocop vs Terminator about a year or so ago, and that actually had the same sort of lag in it. So it's maybe just the hardware limitations of the Master System sort of showing its head. But in 1988, I wouldn't have thought that would be, well, 89 I think the UK release was. I wouldn't have thought that would have been an issue just yet. Although I guess this is a slightly ambitious game, in some ways. I mean, you have to be able to scroll in, not just, well, yeah, scroll in 8 directions, really. And there we go. So, as you may notice, I do not have full health. That red bar's still there, even though I just picked up a health pack. Right, come on, 15 more. It's actually quite nice when they all clump together, because it's just easy to sort of chain kill. Oh, Tommy gun! Yes! Okay, next, 5 more, and then no, grenade. The grenade guy's the next level. This guy... I think this guy's just got pistols, actually. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, there we go. I actually said this before, whenever you get to the boss, it automatically scrolls you to where the boss appears from. Yeah, just another this is just like a rehash of Boss 2, really. We will be facing most of these bosses again in a boss rush right at the end of the game. The actual final boss itself is piss easy, but of course the fact that we've got to do these bosses again is a bit of a ball ache. The hall. Doesn't say where the hall is. I'm assuming we're still in New York. Okay, this level has buggers that hide behind these pillars, and that's really the only annoyance. Apart from that, really easy level. Of course, they keep upping the amount of people we've got to take down, but again, it's not massive amounts of challenge. Gotta admit, I do like the music for this, though. It is actually making me want to hear this soundtrack done through the SID chip instead, though. I mean, can you imagine if they did a C64 port of this? It would have been bloody awful. Especially with the one button thing. I don't want to think about how you duck. And I'm sure this music's familiar. It actually sounds like they've taken proper songs and just done an 8-bit rendition. Okay, I'm looking at gunfire, so are they up on... Oh, hello! Are they up on that second story again? Yes, they are. Ah, I have a Tommy gun. What are you gonna do now, boy? Alright, 37. You're clumping together. This is making my job easy. Okay, 32. I think the only sort of criticism, the really only big criticism I can place against this game, with the exception of the, I would say frame rate issues, alright, the lagging of the animations, or the slowed down animations then, is, would it not have been better to pull all the levels over from the arcade version and just have less enemies per level? If you know what I mean, because it does sort of feel that, oh, you have to kill 60 this level is a bit much. I mean, you only have to kill 60 in the last level, I think. And that's actually done really nicely, because of course you do, I think it's you get down to the last 20, then they do a boss, 10, boss, etc, etc. I might actually be wrong about the boss rush though, it might, health pack. It might only actually be 2 of them. I know it's not the first boss, the pinstripe, Tommy Gunner. Oh, 7 more, and then we face the worst boss of the game. And we've got to fight him twice, because he's in the bloody boss rush at the end. Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to say, I can only take 1 hit. I can now take 2. Okay, boss guy. This guy throws grenades. Right then, things to consider here. Ducking will not save you from the grenade. The way you avoid it is you've got to move left and right. Now that's easier said than done when the guy's also shooting at you and you're ducking his gunfire. And of course, you need to concentrate on hitting him. Huh! You didn't even get a chance to throw a grenade off. Right, the boss. He is sitting there behind his desk with your girlfriend. So what we need to do, I think it's down to 20 goons. Once we get down to 20, we then have the boss, 10 more, another boss, etc, etc. Okay, 1 life down. I think we've got plenty left though, so we're okay. Bit more blocky art there. Isn't that a track from Excitebike? Or Micro Machines, probably more Micro Machines. Okay, could do with a Tommy gun actually. The health is not needed. We progressed on to the blue suited fellows. Or did we have blue suited fellows in the last level? I don't bloody know. All I can say is, considering this guy's a mob boss, I think he can do better than Green Carpet. I mean, you're not really living in extravagance here, are you? Oh yeah, and anyway, boss. That was boss number 2, if I remember rightly. It's actually a real shame. I would have liked to have seen the pinstripe gangster boss again. I quite liked him. Instead of the fucking grenade boss again. Again, health pack, I don't need it, but still, notice, I cannot get full health. I'm assuming that red indicate... Oh, here we go. It's this boss, who's pretty much a carbon copy of the other boss. The red is an indication of which level of life you're actually on. That would make a bit more sense. I'm back, and now I'm wearing blue trousers. Last time I was wearing green, and you're dead. Okay, 17, yeah, 15 more. And then we get the Grenadier again, and he is going to pelt me with grenades, like no one's business. Oh, there we go, there's the grenade. Oh, God, that hit. Luckily, if I do die, I've got a couple of continues, and I won't need one for the final boss. Ooh, can I? Yeah, just about. No. That's got me. Oh, bloody hell. How the hell did I dodge that? Okay, I have to do the remainder of these on Sardo health. There won't be a health pack. There never bloody is. Not at this last stage. Okay, so that's them all dead. Nothing will now happen. What you're meant to do is it turns out the boss appears to be hiding behind some sort of glass screen. Which, how the hell you're meant to figure that out, I do not know. There's no indication. He's holding your girlfriend hostage, but when he pops out from behind her, you shoot him in the face. Your sweetheart is safe. You put the crime boss in the big sleep. Good job. Oh god, why have you done that line? No. So anyway, that was Dead Angle. Why was it called Dead Angle? No fucking clue. Absolutely none. But it's not a bad game, and it's worth giving a try. So I've been TrevimusPrime, and I will catch you next time. The end.